Hi, I'm Shane from PDQ.com. Today we're going to walk through setting up Central Server. This is a new feature in PDQ Deploy 13. It's an optional feature. It does require that you have enterprise mode. So what we're going to do is we've got a computer that's right here. It's called Guinness. And we're going to set Guinness up as a Central Server and then show you how you can connect to this to PDQ Deploy from a client mode on a different computer. So some things to remember: if you're going to upgrade, which is recommended, if you've got a bunch of different administrators, choose the one that has like the central or the main PDQ Deploy database that has the most packages, the schedules, etc. Because you can only upgrade one console. So we're gonna upgrade Guinness right now. To do that, you're going to go to your options, and you will see Central Server. So right now he's configured in the default mode, which is known as local mode. We're going to set this to server mode. Choose your TCP port. The default is 6336. We're going to listen on all IP addresses. Generally, that's what you'll do, but if you want to narrow it down to a particular IP address on your server that you want to listen to, that's where you can put that in there. And then you're required to put down the to enter the password of the background service. And this background service is currently running as Quintana. This will require PDQ Deploy to restart, so it will do that. It's going to configure this. Now, what's happening now when this comes back up? Guinness, this PDQ Deploy installation will now be running in server mode, expecting client consoles to connect. All right, so you can see up there in the title bar it says Central Server. If you go back to Options, Central Server, you will see that you can switch back to local mode, or you can switch to client mode. So we're in server mode right now, and you can see it just upgraded or took all the packages that were existing previously in the previous database, made everything available right here. Same with your schedules, etc. Now I'm going to go to a remote desktop session, and here we've got a computer named Heineken, and Heineken is running in local mode. You can see there's an Audacity package 2.1.3. So I'm showing you this because when we say we're going to take this Heineken, the PDQ Deploy here, and we're going to have Heineken run in client mode, you're going to see that Audacity go away. Enter the name of the server. In this case, it's Guinness, and of course the port. Now, showing you two ways of doing this. If this person says OK right now, it's going to come up and it's going to say, what is the background the background service password before you can connect. This is one way of entering it. This person's going to have to know it if you don't enter that previously. So I'll say, once again, this is the password for the background service on the Central Server. If you don't want to give that password out to the other folks that are going to be connecting to via the client console, then what you want to do, going back and really quick, as you can see, this is now connecting to Guinness. You see the Audacity package is gone, and we just see the same packages that exist in Guinness. And if I were to deploy, just go to deploy right here, and I'm going to just type in. I'm going to type in a computer real quick because I want to show you when you hit deploy now from Heineken. Let me just minimize that. You're going to see that same deployment getting kicked off on all the consoles, including the server one. And I can see that this Bandy zip is going out to this computer. And if you scroll over here, you can actually see the deployment console. You see that's coming from the computer Heineken right there. If you want to preemptively add your console users from your Central Server, go to Options, go to Console Users. You see Al Swearingen, that's the user that's on Heineken. Al Swearingen was added, but let's say that you want to add somebody else. We'll add Trixie. So you add the domain, Trixie, and of course the password for, not Trixie, the background service. And now if a console connects, a client console tries to connect, when Trixie is logged on, then she'll be allowed to see the deployment environment. So once again, if you don't want to give that background service password out to all your administrators, then you'll need to enter the console users before they try to connect. A couple of takeaways. Once again, if you're upgrading an existing installation, it's only that installation that's going to become the server mode. Only those packages and schedules that existed before will exist on this one. Any other packages created on what are to become client consoles, if you want to retain those, then you need to export those packages and then import them here. And if you, same thing with schedules, but if you are going to export and import schedules, make sure to reset the targets and of course the package. It's very important to reset the targets, especially if they're linking to PDQ inventory collections. Now, we haven't come out with Inventory Central Server yet, so if you still want to use inventory, it has to be installed on the central server. And then the interaction with inventory will be connecting to the central server inventory, not an inventory that might live on a client console. But in the month of June, we're expecting Inventory Central Server to also be released. If you have any questions on Central Server, by all means, hit up our support site. This is an optional feature, but this is a way for our customers that have a lot of different administrators to connect to one database, to connect to one server, so that everybody can see what everybody else is doing and not step on each other. So, once again, if you have any questions, hit up our support site. I'm Shane from PDQ.com. Talk to you later.